What's up, YouTube? It's Winston, and you're watching Fancy Boy Jeeps. Today we're going to come at you with our first product review and also your first purchase. Today we're going to keep it relatively cheap and inexpensive, under the $100 range. This is also going to be an upgrade that's going to be functional. It's also going to look cool as well, and it's your first upgrade that you can officially say you're not a mall crawler. So today we're going to be taking a look at sway bar quick disconnects. If you remember from the video, I kind of showed you how the quick disconnect worked. Today we're going to go in a little bit more detail. I'm going to talk to you about what a sway bar is, what the two functions that I think are the most important about them are, and we're going to go over the sway bar quick disconnect.
Fancy boy, what's a sway bar?
Alright, so your sway bar is that right there, and the quick disconnect is there. If you don't have quick disconnects on, those are going to be black just like your sway bar is, and those are then called just sway bar end links. So, pardon the Jeep, it is dirty. We did a little bit of wheeling. So your sway bar starts here, and it comes down and goes across the front of the Jeep all the way to the other side and then comes back up just like it does here, okay? The end link or quick disconnect in this part, in this frame, starts at your sway bar and then works its way all the way down and attaches itself to the axle, okay? So that's what your sway bar actually is, okay? So now we're gonna go into what the sway bar does and the two most important reasons to me. So to me, the sway bar has two main important reasons. Right? So reason number one is going to be used on road. Your sway bar is going to be connected like it is here on road all the time. What that's going to do is when you're taking turns and braking, it's going to make sure that your body and your Jeep and the frame of your Jeep and the axles all stay together. It prevents you from tipping over when you're taking tight turns and things of that nature. So when you're on road, make sure that that thing is connected, okay? Reason number two is for off-road. That's all we really care about, let's be honest, right? So for off-road, what they allow you to do when disconnected is it allows your axles to articulate while the body of your Jeep stays stable. You'll see a lot of guys in a lot of pictures, and they're all leaned over to one side, and it's a cool shot. To be honest with you, that's really not where you want to be. The really cool shots and kind of sort of where you want to be is if your front axle is one way and your back axle is the other way and the body of your Jeep is pretty much level. That's when you're getting some serious flex. That's when you know you're really doing some fancy boy things, okay? So again, when the sway bar is disconnected, it allows you to articulate your axles while keeping the body of your Jeep stable. That's really what you want. That's going to be most safe when you're off-roading because it is very easy to roll over, especially with the JK and the JKU, especially because they are heavy up top, okay? So those are the two main reasons to me that are important for what a sway bar is, okay? Now we'll kind of go into brands. As you remember from the previous video, if you do, I have Metalcloak quick disconnects. To be honest with you, I had Rough Country. I started off with Rough Country, and I believe those were about 80 bucks. I wanted to upgrade to Metalcloak, to be completely honest with you, just because Fancy Boy Jeeps buys Fancy Boy parts, right? They all do the same thing. Some are a little beefier, some are slim, as you can see back here. Nonetheless, they are all better than your stock end links, okay? Some of them you're able to grease or oil, and some of them you are not. On the ones that I currently have and I'm running, you're not able to. I'm not really worried about that because, again, this is something that isn't going to be primarily used off-road when I'm going to be banging it around, and I don't take tight turns like I'm driving a Ferrari or anything like that. Right? I drive a Jeep and I know what I'm driving. Okay, so the Metalcloak brand, I believe they were 70 bucks for the quick disconnects, which if you go on their product on their website, you'll see that all their stuff is pretty expensive. But these are reasonably priced for what they're able to do, right there at 70 bucks. All right. As far as your installation goes, on a scale to 1 to 5 wrenches, this is a simple 2 installation. And if you don't do any drilling, then it's a simple 1. The only part that's really hard is where you have to drill into the body of your Jeep, or excuse me, the frame of your Jeep, so that you have somewhere to actually link your sway bar disconnects when you're off road. If you don't want to do any drilling, you're not comfortable, and you don't have any good friends, shout out Joe Utley. If you don't have any good friends to do that, then you can simply use a zip tie, and the installation is a 1 out of 5 wrenches. The directions are very straightforward. You unbolt the top, you unbolt the bottom, you replace them with with all the hardware that is given to you by Metalcloak, and it's a very straightforward, simple process. On a scale to 1 to 5, as far as liking the product, I'm gonna go with a strong 5. It's a very sturdy product, very straightforward. I love the gold look that it gives me. The pin is super simple to remove. Again, as you can remember, you just take that pin out, and this is all in my first video, and you slide that out, and it's up and out of the way. And that's all you have to do. So I love these products because they're extremely simple, and they actually have a lot of durability and a lot of use. Okay, so that's my product review on quick disconnects, the Metalcloak quick disconnects. If you like this video, make sure to like it. If you have any questions or any comments, go ahead and drop them in the comments. And if you like what I'm talking about, go ahead and subscribe. If you're on Instagram, follow me at Rang This Way. Most importantly, keep those Jeeps fancy, boys.